Hi, scientists. So yesterday we talked about the first and the second part of the water cycle. Don't make me sing that song again. So remember, the first part of the water cycle is, you remember, evaporation. And then the second one is condensation. So today we are going to read a passage that explains a little bit more about condensation. And then you should have printed out the condensation investigation so that you can investigate on your own and get a better understanding of what condensation really is. So let's first start by reading the whys of weather. So you should be tracking along and reading with me. Here we go. The sky gets cloudy, clouds get darker and darker. The sun disappears and soon drops of water start falling from the sky. But have you ever wondered why? What makes the rain fall? First, you have to understand, oh, there's that important word. Let's underline it. Condensation. On a hot day, have you ever had a glass of a cold drink and noticed the outside of the glass getting wet? How does this happen? There is water in the air you cannot see. It's in the form of a gas called water vapor. Remember, we talked about that yesterday. The cool drink cools the air around the glass. This causes the water vapor around the glass to turn into liquid water on the glass. Little water droplets form and make the outside of the glass wet. This is an example of condensation. Condensation is the process by which water vapor in the air changes into liquid water. Underline that too. There is always water vapor in the sky. Water vapor turns into liquid water. Cloud droplets might form. This happens when the liquid water sticks to specks of dust, ice crystals, or even other liquid water droplets. Many cloud droplets form a cloud. In the cloud, millions of cloud droplets make a tiny raindrop. That's crazy. When raindrops become too heavy to stay up in the cloud, they fall to the ground as rain. Rain is a form of precipitation. You'll learn about that next week. Other forms of precipitation include snow and hail. So the big word we're talking about today, friends, is condensation, okay? So just from reading that passage, you should have been able to visualize what condensation looks like. You may have already had an experience with condensation, but now, if you haven't or if you have, you're going to get to dig in deeper. So you need to have this worksheet printed. I'm going to kind of go over the directions, then I'm going to send you off on your own to do the investigation. So for this investigation, we're just asking ourselves and we're trying to figure out what is condensation and where does it come from? So you're going to need 2 clear cups. Now here's the thing. If you have plastic clear cups, that's going to work the best. Like the thin plastic, or you might have clear glass cups, okay? Either of those are going to work. If you have those really insulated ones, like those turbis tumblers, that is not going to work, okay? Because those are really insulated and that's not going to help with our experiment. So once you've found, and mom and dad might have to help you, 2 clear plastic or glass cups, let's read what they want us to do, okay? They're going to want us to fill both of the cups up. 1 cup is going to be filled 3/4 of the way. So look, that's like almost all the way up with ice. And then you're going to want to pour room water temperature. So not hot, not cold. Mom and dad can help you with that. You're going to want to fill up the cup so that it's covering the ice. Okay, that's going to be cup number 2. You're also going to want to fill up the same exact cup with that same temperature water and the same amount. So here's a good picture of what your cup should look like. It says to put it on a tray or a plate, but if you have it on the counter or on a tablecloth or a placemat, that's fine, okay? So pour enough room water temperature to completely cover the ice. This will be the experiment cup, so that would be cup number 2. Then cup number 1, it says pour enough water into the second cup so that the water level is the same level as the liquid in the first cup, okay? This will be the control cup. We're going to call that cup number 1. Throughout the investigation, you will leave this cup alone so you can compare the results of the experimental cup. So before you do that, I want you to think about if we leave these cups alone for 3 minutes, which one do you think is going to start to get sweaty and get that condensation? So for your hypothesis right now, I want you to circle. Do you think cup 1 is going to get condensation or cup 2? Go ahead and do that now. Okay? So now that you've done that, you can go off on your own, fill up those cups, and do step number 3. So let's look at that. After you have filled them up, you're going to observe both cups of water for 3 minutes. So you're going to need to set that timer. After 3 minutes, you're going to touch the outsides of the cups and draw what happened and describe in your words what you observed. So what's cup 1 going to look like with just that water? What's cup 2 going to look like with the ice and that water? And then whichever one, remember, is going to be sweaty and have those droplets, that's the example of condensation. So on the back, you're going to write, did cup number 1 show condensation or did cup number 2 show condensation? And how do you know? Okay, that is your discussion post for today. Will be your hypothesis and your conclusion. Okay? All right. Have fun with your investigation, and I cannot wait to see your results. I will talk to you later.